Hello, Lagos. You are welcome to another interesting episode of Let's Talk About It, the talk show by the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, where we talk about the myths, facts, and the law about sexual and gender-based violence. I am Oyinkansola Momoh, and I'm your host for today. So sit up and join the conversation. SGBV, let's talk about it. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about consent. And to do justice to this topic, we have two officers from the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency. We have Deborah Anedo, who is a social worker, and we have Hussein Diawuddin, a clinical psychologist. Now, let's get into it. You know this topic is hot. You already know. Yeah. And based on experience, you have a lot to say on this topic, but let's start with the easiest thing. What is consent?
So just in the basic, consent is giving permission for something to happen.
Giving permission for something to happen. I like that basic definition.
I think people can catch that. So either something happening to you or happening to maybe anything around you, maybe your belongings and them, but especially to you. So giving permission, allowing it,
consent,
but there has to be
permission.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Diawuddin, anything?
Okay.
Can I call you Hussein?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, so Hussein.
Okay, literally it means giving the go ahead to do something, to engage in an activity. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Give the go ahead. Gotcha. Now, of course, a lot of people have misconceptions about what consent is. Now, can you tell us some of the common misconceptions?
So one of the common misconceptions about consent is silence means yes.
She kept quiet, or he kept quiet.
Yeah,
he was
so
enjoying it. He didn't mind. She didn't mind.
So, and like I said earlier on, there has to be permission. So, and to be clear, it has to be verbal permission. It has to be verbatim. So, if I'm quiet about something, that doesn't mean I've given permission or go ahead about that. So but people just feel, but you're quiet, you didn't say anything. So I think that as the yes to just go ahead to do what I want to do, but silence.
So silence is not
consent.
Consent. To do anything you want to do, is that consent?
no.
No. So that's confusing. Do anything you want to do. What is do anything? Meaning there's no maybe or I guess. So it's either a yes or a no. So it's a yes is a yes. No means no. So there's no maybe in between. So it's not confusing. Consent is not meant to be confusing. Consent is not meant to be forceful. Consent is not meant to be coerced or getting under duress. So some people might say yes, like yes. But when you check it, it's either forceful or under duress. So that was not actually from the way.
So what are situations where people say, and he said yes, he said no, or she said no, but deep down they mean yes. They just want me to push a little more. We hear that a lot, where some people will say, she said no, but don't worry. He said no, don't worry. Continue. That they like the chase. They like to be pursued. I want to believe this is another misconception, right?
Yes. It's a misconception that we hear a lot on the street.
Yes.
And people tend to feel like if, let me use the lady first, for example. Now, if a lady says no, you still need to keep on pushing and pushing. But literally, if she says no, no means no.
No means
like
no.
She has said that silence means no sometimes, like means consent. If she wants to do it, she will definitely tell you that she wants to do it. And sometimes the way people tend to, if you are forcing them to do something, the way they tend to freeze, that's their own way of dealing with trauma. You're unable to talk about it, and they might find it very difficult to verbally say no to you.
Yeah.
For some individuals are like that. So you have to understand that if she wants it, or maybe perhaps you're asking her a question, maybe you're having a sexual activity and you're asking her a question that, should I continue? And she's trying to avoid or maintain eye contact with you or not saying anything. You have to see that as a no. That means she's not giving consent.
So, so what you're explaining right now, it seems like an above average level of emotional intelligence is required.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people are not educated when it comes to consent, because we've also heard from people. You used a girl as an example. There are some girls that will say, my yes is not my yes and my no is not my no, even from the people that are supposedly victims.
Yeah.
You know, like, yes, I said yes, but couldn't you have pushed a little bit? So like you said, there's a bit of confusion here. You know, a lot of people do not know what consent is. They do not know how to give it. Right? I came across a story, an incident on social media. You know, this funny challenge that's been going on, we listen, we don't judge.
Yeah.
Right? And a man was speaking to his wife, and his own we listen, we don't judge was, oh, you know, whenever we're having sexual intercourse and you think I am ejaculating inside of you, I am actually urinating.
Oh, interesting.
Right? And I read the comments. And people were like, what is that? What is that? Da, 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 da. And, you know, me too, I was outraged. And he was laughing. But in that situation, I also read some comments. Well, she's his wife. Well, you know, he won't do anything to really harm her. When people were talking about consent in the comment section, they were like, no, but she's his wife now. So what can you say about such cases?
Okay. I'll start from the first point, that it requires another level of emotional intelligence, and that's a vast topic to go into.
Yeah.
Which is, if you look from that story, you realize that there's a cultural play. There's this norm in a society.
Okay.
Like, we have it common in a society. So you grew up in a society whereby you're not seeing your fellow human being as a firm and autonomous human being. We have it in our society.
Yes.
So this is, let's talk about it. So I think I can talk
Let's
about
talk
it.
about
We can
it.
shake that table.
Yes.
Whereby females are being marginalized. Call me feminist, what you like. But yes, for you to, if you see her as a human being, your own person, you are one together, urinating inside that person.
Yeah.
Like, does that show you are violating every of our human rights? Even because you are in a relationship doesn't mean it's automatic consent.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Because, oh, we are married and we are one, there's a ring, doesn't mean, oh, because I've said yes, I do, that there's an automatic consent
For me to do
I'll
anything
give up
to
my
your body.
autonomy, I'll give up who I am. No,
Yeah.
that's not it. So that's, and it just shows that there's this objectifying, there's this cultural perception that we need to educate, and we are doing that.
This
We need
is
to
what we're
educate people
doing.
that you should see your fellow human being as human. You have to dignify the human person. You have to respect the human first. It might think that is love, but that action does not show the power. The play there is not showing love.
Yes. And
It's
this
not.
brings me to another question. Hussein, this question is for you.
Okay.
I want you to tell us, myself and the viewers, instances where consent is vitiated. You know, even if I verbally said it too, but there is something that overrides that verbal consent that I gave. In what instances?
Okay. Let me start with individual that are intoxicated.
Intoxication.
Yes. Yeah. So perhaps they're on substance.
Okay.
And while they're on substance, you had the conversations with them, and they tell you that, okay, yes, go ahead with it, which looks like consent. But the fact that they're on substance, their mind is already altered. That cannot be counting on them. That does not mean consent.
Did you hear?
That does not mean someone that
He
is
was drunk. She
intoxicated,
was drunk.
or you
He
met
was-
her at the club and she was tipsy and something,
And
and
she
she was like,
said,
okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
No.
Instances like that
Right.
is not consent.
Not consent.
Not consent. Yeah.
Even if it's recorded that she said it.
It is not consent.
Okay,
Even
good.
under the law, it's counted as exploitation.
Good.
Then,
Good. Okay. Intoxication.
okay, minors. So here in Nigeria, Lagos, we can say that an adult is anyone that is above 18. So anyone lesser than 18 is a minor, and the minor cannot give consent, even if the minor says yes to whatever you're asking. In as much as it's a minor, it is not counted as
this is
consent.
a tricky one. What if the minor lied
Like,
about her age? So, say for instance, a man approaches a girl that looks older than her age, blah blah blah, and then they get talking, and he's conscious about consent. So he says, "Oh, how old are you?" And she said, "I'm 21," but in reality she's 16. And then they go ahead and they do what they have to do. and then someone finds out, she doesn't report. So it's not the girl that ran to report. Maybe her neighbor went to report. And they were like, she's a minor, she's just 16, and then they take the case to DSVA.
Oh.
And they just say, this person slept with a minor. In that case,
Whether she lies or not, whether she lies about her age or not, it's irrespective of that, it is immaterial, and the law would catch up against the man.
ooh.
So we are
Deborah.
sorry to say it is what it is.
Okay.
So a child is not
Can't give
capacitated
consent,
to
yeah.
give. So even though he has evidence of maybe the child or the girl is making advances,
It's still the case. And I
immaterial.
heard something called strict liability.
Yes, strict liability.
Strict liability.
So you've heard though. So this is we are educating you now about consent, because a lot of people do not know these things.
No.
You know, intoxication, underage. What else? What else do we
Okay.
have?
Anybody that is under coercion, being
Okay.
pressured or being manipulated, and the person is giving consent in that situation, it cannot be counted as consent.
Do you have an example for this?
Okay, let's give an example of maybe whereby in a situation whereby you, your boss at work is asking you to go on a date with him or her, but because you feel like if you say no to something like that,
You lose your
you would
job.
lose your job, or maybe at school your lecturer is asking you for something like that, and you feel like if you say that you might have to fail that course and things like that.
This is so common.
You would and you give consent to something like that, it is not regarded as consent,
This is so common.
because
Do you know
there
what
is
just popped into my
coercion.
head when you said you're in school and your lecturer? I don't remember this. It is Abdul Karim song, a very old song. Oh my God, let me save my soul.
Yeah.
True.
She said my lecturer wants to have
So
sex with me,
yeah.
Exactly.
right? So you see, this is a common problem,
Uh-huh.
and because she wants to pass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she'll do what she has to do. So in that case, she will not give
She
consent.
didn't give consent.
Yeah.
Even though she said
Even if she
yes.
said
And she
yes.
can report
Yes,
to
she
DSVA,
can.
and she can get justice.
Yes.
Right? This is good. So any other instances where it initiated? Any
Okay.
other?
For cases, he highlighted the one of when a person is not like fighting back. You know, some
Okay.
people have that instance that, oh, I went on and she did not fight back, she did not do anything. So in that case, he gave a psychological term. He said that one of the coping mechanisms, the person might
Freeze.
just freeze
Yes.
and you're just there. So that might be the reason the person is not fighting back. So in that situation, the person can't
Give consent.
actually give consent even though they're not patient. And if someone is asleep, we've gotten cases of, oh, I woke up and I saw, you know, I
Many
like
cases.
I'm sleeping and I
Many
just
cases.
so in that case, someone that is asleep,
Or
cannot,
unconscious.
yeah, you're unconscious, or someone that has mental issue that cannot really reason and process their thoughts well, like they've been diagnosed, so they can't really give consent because they need aid, they need help to ascertain some things in their life. So yes, those kind of people cannot.
And what you just said now about someone that is mentally incapacitated, we also hear stories about persons of disability that are victims of such cases, because of course you just go and meet them. Maybe there's some of them, they have cognitive disabilities,
Yeah.
so they don't know what you're saying to them. They
Exactly.
don't know they don't know about body autonomy, nothing, right? And then you just take advantage of them.
Exactly.
So these are cases like that as well.
Even if they agree willingly.
Even if they agree, yes,
Yes.
in that situation it is not consent.
Yeah.
You're
At all.
simply taking advantage of the
Exactly.
person. Okay, so now we've been educating people about what consent is.
Okay.
So now, how can consent be taught and promoted within the younger generation? See, now there's something called sexual liberation. You know, now we're in the age where I don't know what to call it, but there's this free spirit. Everything is about I can do what I want to do as long as I'm not harming someone else. You know, there's just this free spirit going on right now. How can we teach young people about consent?
Okay. Okay, so the first thing is that the first form of socialization, which is the family, it starts from there. So it's the job of the father and the mother to start at that tender age, to start telling them about body autonomy, having them to understand that they have right over their body. It is only what they want to do that they are allowed to do. And the parent too should also model it, because the thing is that children learn from imitation. So when the parents are doing it, they see them as their role model. So when they see them doing it to them, they also do the same thing. And it starts from there. And to the other part of which is the school, the community itself, the school should also try to put this into their curriculum. That is their consent education, able to let them understand what consent is all about, what exactly is consent, and also trying to make sure that they break all these myths and misconceptions about consent. Silence means consent.
Yes means no,
yes
no means yes.
All things like that. Start from there, and when we are able to do all this, we can start. The media too has a part to play too, because
that is so important.
Yeah.
It has a significant part these days, because most younger people are on social media.
Yes, and
right. So how does the media?
It has a way of affecting them. Movies, short skits that we see online like that. If we make sure that people that bring out all these things, they tend to find a way to incorporate consent. Perhaps just 5 minutes or something, to just show that consent is a very, very important thing. So they inculcate it into whatever they are releasing on social media, because the children of nowadays, we know that social media has a part of affecting how they think, how they feel, and how they behave generally. So media has a part to play in all this.
Okay.
So if we're going to give an easily digestible formula for consent, what would it be? I had one very interesting one. Fries. I love it. Fries, like potato chips.
Fries and chicken.
So can you break down fries for us?
Okay, so fries, when we talk about consent, fries. Please don't forget this.
Yes.
I'm saying fries because you're saying French fries and chicken. So you get fries. So F, freely given.
Okay.
So like what you said, anybody that say yes under coercion, under force,
it's not
invalid.
freely given.
So consent is freely given. That's S. We have the R. That's consent is reversible.
So I can take my consent
Yes,
back. So see, we need to act it out so people understand though. Deborah, can I touch you?
Yes, go ahead.
Deborah, withdraw your
Okay, you're touching me too much.
Well, you already told me to touch you.
But you're taking so long.
But you told me, or you already gave me your consent.
Can I have my hand back?
She has reversed her consent.
Yeah.
She has taken it back.
Yes.
And I can't force her to give it back to
Yes.
me. This is reversible.
Yes, because I said yes from the beginning doesn't mean I'm going to say yes throughout the process of
Which
everything.
so there's another example. Say for instance, two people are in a relationship, they're dating. They are intimate. They have regular sexual intercourse. And there's a particular day, the young lady, she's just not into it that day. Right? So the young man comes to her and says, let's get down. She's like, I don't. But because she had been giving it to him in the past, he's like, what is wrong with this one? All of a sudden, why are you feeling like a princess? Why are you not saying you don't want to? Do you see that happens?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What are you feeling like now? Is it precious? Now, what is making it precious now? That kind of thing. So, a lot of people don't understand that it is reversible.
Reversible,
The fact
exactly.
that it happened yesterday does not mean I've given you your consent, my consent for it to happen today. And a lot of people struggle with this, because a lot of people struggle with rejection.
Yes.
Why are you rejecting me now when you did not reject me yesterday? So, freely given, reversible,
Informed.
Break this down.
So someone that don't have an idea about a thing,
Cannot give consent.
like no matter how you want to play it out. So this is the thing. If you need like we are using the dating scenario now.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, we are dating, we are together. So yesterday it was cozy and we had fun. So today you're just on your own seated, and I just came from nowhere, just
Without asking,
and I'm like, where's it coming from? So there's a place. I don't think people are used to this. So there's a place to be like, can you talk? Do you have my time? This is what I like. Telling them what you want. Inform them that okay, this is the layout. So even though you follow me to the room, this is what I want. I don't just want to cuddle I want more.
Yes.
So it's my little sex. And all that. Are you agreeing? So the person had to like know how it's play out, inform them how it's
I
going
know
to play
what
out.
I am agreeing to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that we get
Yeah,
into the
informed about
bedroom
it.
and then you now say, okay, there's a whip coming out or something like that. So it is informed. I
Exactly.
know what I am agreeing to.
Exactly.
Freely given, reversible, informed.
And enthusiastic.
Okay.
I have to be interested.
Mm-hmm.
I have to enjoy it. I have to be interested. It has to be fun to me. So if at any point I'm not like feeling it, that's when I can reverse. So I have to really be interested.
So
It
if I'm
shouldn't
not
be under
enthusiastic, if you say,
coercion.
Oyinka, can I have your pen? I'm like, you can have it.
So I have to like.
But
take a
I
step
said you
back.
can have it. But I said you can take it.
But your tone and your expression is
Doesn't
not
seem
showing
like
it.
you
So
want to
that
drop it.
means I'm not enthusiastic.
Yeah.
So the person should take a step back when they realize
And probe more
about what is going on. So we've done FRIE.
and then
Now S.
That's simple and clear.
So specific.
So, yes, it's specific,
yeah.
clear, and simple. That's specific. So it shouldn't be. She said maybe is not yes.
There should be no
I
ambiguity
guess
whatsoever.
it's not no. So there should any form of confusion should not be there. It has to be yes.
Or no.
So there's no in between. There's no maybe. There's no I guess she wanted. There's no assumption. There's a, I assume she wanted it because she did not say anything. So that's why silence can't count. So it
And
has to
it's
be
it's so interesting. The onus is on both parties.
generally.
Both parties, because you see now the conversation is leaning towards, oh, maybe the girl or the boy does not want it, and also the person giving consent needs to understand fries,
Exactly.
because sometimes you hear a partner blaming, but I said well, I wasn't clear, but you're supposed to have known now.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Yeah. So there's confusion there as well. So the other person is like, hello, but that's not consent.
Exactly.
Don't bring wahala for me. Consent is freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, and specific. If you are not giving me fries, I will consider it as not consent.
Exactly.
No room for unspoken expectations.
Say that again.
No room for unspoken expectations.
No
No
assumption.
room for unspoken
Unspoken
expectations. So this is where a lot of emotional intelligence comes into
in,
play.
Uh-huh.
You should be able to express yourself.
Yes. And leaning for what you said, education. For
Education.
children, body autonomy. At least can we be specific enough to say this is your private part? This is your, rather than saying, because we hear names, children say, no, this is, my mommy says pomo. My mommy
They say it's
pee.
pee.
My mommy says this, my daddy says this, and we have to train them, because when you train, we have instances of, a child that is not comfortable. People come around and the uncle be like, come and sit on my leg. If that child is taught consent and knows body autonomy, the child know that the last time I sat on uncle's leg, I was not for comfortable. I was feeling something. She might not be able to express it, but with the education, like you say, she know that, okay, this uncle is being inappropriate. So anytime he says, oh, where are you? Come and sit on my leg. Because the child is autonomous, say, no, I don't want to sit on your leg.
I
don't want to sit. The parents will know that, okay, there's something, or for a 3-year-old child to say, no, I don't want to sit on your leg. Something is up.
Let me
somewhere.
share a story I heard with you. Since you're talking about children and body autonomy, there was a little girl, right? And they were having a party in their house.
Okay.
And of course, her mom's friends were coming, blah, 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 blah. And then they wanted to start pecking her, hugging her. I said, no. And she was tagged as rude. Oh, she's a spoiled child. So you see cultural norms as well.
Yes.
You just see a young child and you're like, oh, come and hug uncle, come and hug auntie. And sometimes parents also push the child to do it
encourage such.
because they are trying to save face. So parents also need to be educated
Yes, very
about
important.
consent. And then apart from children, even certain adults, you'll see the discomfort. You should be able to express yourself, right? Oh, I don't hug strangers. I don't allow strangers peck me. I don't. So a lot of people don't know how to create boundaries.
Probably because they were not
They were not taught
that
from
can
a
be-
young age. right? And then also maybe to fit into certain circles in the society.
to conform.
You want to conform. Exactly. So this is where peer pressure, societal pressure
Comes
comes
in.
in. So how can we encourage people, to begin to create boundaries, especially for people that struggle with boundaries? And I'm addressing this to Hussein here.
Okay, so it starts from that first point of socialization. And in school, I think now they are doing a lot of teaching life skills.
Okay.
And part of the things you learn when it comes to life skills is being assertive. Knowing how to express,
Okay.
knowing how to express yourself, and at the same time, you're not disrespecting the person you're talking to. We find ourselves in a kind of society where when you say no, it means like you are being arrogant. Or you are being
What's
rude.
wrong with you? What are you feeling like?
It's one of those things that we need to start teaching our children right from that childhood stage.
Children.
And at the same time, we also need to bring something like, okay, the parents themselves, so they have to do it in the house.
Imitation, right?
Like after doing it, it becomes easy for the children to also tag along and be able to express themselves. We need to make it something normal. Like we normalize it. We start also having to talk to these elderly people. The society has a way of affecting the way we behave.
Model this so that the children can pick it up.
Yes.
So now let's say someone has passed that window, unfortunately, and you've grown up into this young adults that is unable to set boundaries. What steps can this person take now? Now this is now the adult that is struggling with boundary setting.
Okay, just like what I've said earlier, skills that can also be learned. It still has to do with the assertiveness. Very, very important. You can learn it anytime. It doesn't have to be that it's something for the children.
And you practice
yes,
it, right?
You practice it. Therapy can also help you. There's some things that you are dealing with, maybe because of your childhood experiences. While you were growing up, you come from a house where they don't allow you to talk. They have this mindset that it's only an adult that can talk. Your Bible says, shut up, something like that. And all those things kills confidence. It kills your self-esteem. You start not
and makes you susceptible to LGBT related crime.
Yes. So you being able to go for therapy can really help you to build your social skills, bring back your self-esteem, and you start practicing it gradually, and you're able to speak assertively, talk assertively, that, okay, yes, no, I don't want this. And being able to say no is one very, very important thing that would really help you from a lot of problem.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Right.
Okay.
To wrap up, I think what we should remind the viewers is let your yes be yes.
Yes.
And your no be no. And let's take fries again. F is for what? Freely given. R, reversible. I, informed. E, enthusiastic. S, specific. These are the elements of sound consent. Thank you so much, guys, for being on the show with me today. It's been a beautiful conversation.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Exactly.
I hope you enjoyed this episode on consent. I learned a lot, right? So see you next week for another engaging session on Let's Talk About It.